Hey guys, welcome back. In this first lesson, we're going to set up a quick demo that we're going to use to interact with our analytic events. We need some way to fire off events, some way to actually send these things to the service. So we're going to use a simple little demo. It's just going to be some UI buttons that we can click and do something that would kind of mock what a game would do. So we're going to have buttons that actually act like they're purchasing something for like an in-app purchase store. We're going to have buttons for loading and completing levels. We may end up killing player and seeing what that can do for our game over maybe. Maybe we have an event for the game ending. And we're also going to have like leveling and stuff like that. And then we can send an event every time a milestone is reached. So every time you reach 5 levels or 10 levels, we'll send that event. You don't want to go too heavy on the data that you're sending because you're going to have to use this data for something later on to actually make meaningful changes to your game or to see how people are interacting with your game. So if you have too much data, you can really kind of go crazy with that. So we're going to keep it very simple and just go over the basics and talk about what we can do with analytics in Unity. So in Unity Hub, I'm going to create a new project just by clicking New Project, and I want to call it Unity Analytics. And I'm going to use the latest version I have, which is 2019.1 OB9. It's the beta for that. And I'm just going to select 2D because we just need to keep it very simple. And just create project. Once our project loads, I'm going to go up to Layout and go to Default to make sure we're all on the same layout here. And I'm also going to change my game aspect ratio to be 16:9, just so I know what I'm working with when I'm laying out my simple little UI here, because we're going to do very basic UI stuff. I want to make it restricted to a 16:9 screen. So I'm going to create a UI panel to hold a few buttons. So just create a UI panel, double click on that to center it in my frame here. And this is just going to be kind of like our main buttons here. Then off to the right here, we'll have our in-app purchase mock buttons that will send in-app purchase events to our analytics service. So no background, and we'll change the color to be whatever you'd like. And now inside of this panel, I'm going to have a grid of buttons. So I'm going to add component, grid layout group, and they're going to be about 300 by 75, some spacing all around, padding all around the panel. And I want these to be centered right in the middle. Now with that, inside the panel, we're going to create some more buttons here. And now we can actually create a button that already has Text Mesh Pro text in it, which is what we want to do. We don't have to create a button and then remove the text and add it and all that stuff. Import TMP Essentials. So we can use the nice text engine Text Mesh Pro. Let's grab this color here and we'll make this a lighter version of the background. And take the text and make it kind of like a cool gold color. Bold, little underlay maybe. And this one will say load next level. So we're going to be able to load a level, then complete a level. So we're going to be kind of mimicking how you play a game. Load level, complete level, load level, complete level. And we're going to have a set number of levels maybe that you have to complete. And then we're going to send all this data to our Unity Analytics service so we can see what levels people are struggling with, where they are stopping, and trying to decide what changes we have to make to get them back into the game to continue and complete the levels they stopped on. Or at least to get people in the future to continue those levels so we don't have people dropping off on certain levels. And then Control D to duplicate. Complete level. Kill player. Level up one. And then I'll just add a simple text element to the top here. Game events, bold, and center it horizontally and vertically. And we can keep going with these, but this is going to be enough for me to test these events. And then I want to have another panel over here for in-app purchases. So I'm just going to take this and duplicate it. And then just scale it down, move it over. Just like that. And in fact, we could probably do a little extra space here. 100 lives. $100. Very cheap. $1 every time you die. and then change the background color of this panel. Something like that. Store. And this is going to be the demo that we're going to be using to interact with our analytic events to fire off these mock game events so that we can actually track what's happening in a quote-unquote game. So in the next lesson, we're going to get started by actually setting up our analytics in Unity itself. My name is Austin, and I will see you there.